What is going on, my Masketeers? Welcome back to another episode of The Mask. It is I, your boy Meds, and we're here to talk about the latest episode of Loki. Let's get straight into it. So, with Loki, essentially, he is working with the TVA and they're trying to catch the variant that happens to be another Loki. And to be fair, not that much happens in this episode. It's not really that much to tell. Not that much action happens. Another group or another unit within the TVA is lured into a trap in 1985 at a medieval festival. They're attacked by Loki. She happens to take more of the time capsules or like the reset charges, what they use to restart a timeline. And then she happens to also take one of the members of the team captive, which is a captain, takes her captive. And then we basically find Loki and Morbius trying again just to locate the variant, but failing. Loki does a little research to find out something within the details that only a Loki would know to try and essentially find the variant library section of the bureau, and he's trying to find any and all information about the beginning of the universe and the end of the universe. And Loki has a lot of questions just in terms of how all of this works and how do they fit into it. So you have a lot of that happening, and I guess the episode is meant to be a little bit more about the character development. It's meant to be Loki constantly questioning everything, and he has a conversation with Morbius where they're talking about their place in the world and how he can just willingly go with the notion that you were created by the timekeepers and that's your purpose. How do you believe in something that sounds ludicrous? And him and Morbius have a kind of back and forth in terms of just what you believe and how your belief shapes your outlook. And to be fair, that's the one thing which I will give the show. I do like the fact that Morbius and Loki, they actually have real chemistry, like they bounce off each other quite well. But let me not lie to you. This show, I really don't even understand why it exists. Because after episode 2, I'm just bored. I'm just being real. I'm very bored with this series, only because it's 6 episodes long, and after episode 2, it still isn't really kicking off. We have 4 more episodes. We'll see what they do with those 4 episodes. But I honestly feel like Loki is just a long filler. And out of the previous shows that came, to be honest with you, I think the one which I like the most is WandaVision. Because WandaVision, even though it's self-contained, it's kind of giving you what's happening with Wanda and how she's coping with what's happened. And then it just so happens at the end, it then adds or it connects to the multiverse of Madness to Doctor Strange and then Captain Marvel 2. But it's a very self-contained story and it tells you what's going on with Wanda, which I like. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, let's be honest, that was just a very long filler to tell you that Sam is going to be Captain America. Because when you really look at it, that show didn't really do anything for the MCU. It did 1 or 2 setups and it introduced like 1 or 2 characters, but besides that, it didn't do anything. Whereas I feel Loki is got so much in terms of setup for phase 4, but Loki itself, I don't see the point of it. I don't see how it adds to the character of Loki. I don't see how this story ties into the bigger picture and how it helps shape the bigger picture. Hopefully by the end of the season, they would have done something to where I can literally be sitting here telling you that I'm wrong. But as it is now, yeah, I'm honestly like I'm not really sold on Loki. He had the most potential in my honest opinion, but it's just kind of boring. And so basically, Loki ends up discovering that the variant is hiding out in a particular section in time, and they just keep on going back to that section every single time because no matter what they do, they can't alter the flow because there's a natural disaster that happens right at that moment, so it goes undetected. So the whole bureau goes down there, Loki in tow. Loki finds out that the variant of himself is basically female Loki. And she has her own plan in what she's trying to do. And Loki tells her his plan that he wants to essentially overthrow the Time Lord and take over the bureau, but she's like, I got my own plans. I don't really care for what you have planned. She has initiated her plan, which is literally like detonating different time bombs that creates a whole different time variation. So she's just creating multiple branches. And so now we're going to find out what. So my thoughts of the episode, like I said, it was okay, but I was mostly bored through majority of the episode. I feel a lot of things that they do, again, it just doesn't suit Loki, because again, Loki is a god. I've seen this guy go up against like the biggest of foes, and like he's a cosmic level deity. It's like Thor. Now they have him like losing fights in Walmart, in like some little convenience store, getting punched up by, again, just a regular person. I'm just thinking to myself, like, Loki is literally a god. This story doesn't make sense to him. Powers are just vary. They're not consistent, essentially. Yeah, let me not ramble on. I would say for this episode, I'm going to give this a good old 4 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. Hopefully the next episodes, the remaining 4, will be very insightful and action-packed. Otherwise, this show is just one long filler and I am not here for it. Until next time, guys, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you later. Peace.